This is Tony from her Homestead Skills. And, well, we're still under lockdown here, so there's not much going on. Can't really get out unless it's to a grocery store or to Walmart. Walmart seems to be one of the places that are open, or Dollarama, and it gets tiresome going to grocery stores, Walmart and Dollarama. And actually I did go to Walmart yesterday and picked up some little pellets to start seedlings. Yeah, Walmart is starting to supply some of the items that we need for spring growing season, and I'm excited about that. But it's still a long ways away for us folks here up north. It's probably at least another month before we can even start to plant seedlings. So today I've decided that in the spirit of gardening, I'm going to make a plant hanger, and I'm going to a very simple macrame plant hanger. So here we go. Now all that I've done here is I've taken a broomstick and I've laid it across the tops of two chairs. I've tied it down to one, just a simple knot to keep it in place, and the other one is movable. And I have placed some rings that, I have 6 or 7 of these in the home, but these can be picked up from the hardware store. Okay, and other than that, I have this ball of jute that I also purchased at Dollarama for $4. So, and I think with this I could make at least 2 plant hangers, if not more. But I'm going to start off. It's a whole lot easier if you have a method of hanging these rings. You could certainly do them lying down, but it's a little easier to get them even if you have them hanging. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by cutting, probably more than double the length that we want. Let's see, 2.5 feet, and that's more than 2.5 feet doubled, so it's about 5 foot in length. And we're going to cut 4 of these. So I've got 1, and perhaps even 6 if you want a fancier. And 4. So, and then what we want to do is fold these in half and tie them onto my ring. And I have tied these knots opposite each other, but you can do them all at the same. Okay, so what we want to do now is, say probably about 9 inches down, we'll take and tie these into knots. First 2, then the second 2, and try to do them at exactly the same spot. Okay. Right, so we got knots in all 4 of these now. Okay, so the next step is to take 1 from each and go down maybe 3 to 4 inches. And the next one over. Let's see if I can. So we've got, leave one there, and these 2 here, and we're going to tie them there. They certainly don't have to be perfect, but it helps to have them fairly close. There we go. So, and then the next row over. Might be easier to show you this lying down, actually. Okay, perhaps I'll do that with the next one. So, as you can see, that is what we have. Now we take the last two and we bring those together. So here you've got a little cup. Now you could actually just tie these in one big knot here. This is fairly thick jute. I could have done it with something a little finer, but this is fine too. Certainly will make it a stronger plant holder. So there we have our knot at the bottom. Okay, my plant pot. As you can see, this one is a fairly simple one, but it certainly holds this pot. And that's a small one. If we wanted a larger one, we would just make it a bit longer. But this was the pot I was making it for. So that's actually ideal. Perfect. I'm happy with that. Perhaps I'll just make another 3 now. Okay, so I've completed one small plant hanger, as you can see. Quite simple, easy to do, but that one is a bit on the small side, so I'm going to make a larger one. And I think I'm going to start off with, and as you can see, I have tons of this jute left yet. Could probably make 4 or 5 of these, but we'll see. So I think this time I'm going to start off with, and I am going to measure it. Let's see. Okay, I'm going to start off with 72 inches, which will give me 36 when it's folded over. So that would be about 3 feet. Okay, where's my scissors? Here. And once again, we're going to cut 4 of these. Hopefully this one is going to be long enough, and if not, we'll make a 3rd one that's longer again. I have at least another 6 of these rings. So let me just move that up a bit so you can see that I'm going to double this in half and tie the first knot to my ring. And it should be quite a bit longer than the other one. So there's 1. And as I said before, you could probably make these fancier by adding more than 4. You can add 6. So once again, we're going to take the first 2, and I think we'll start off a fair bit lower than, well, it's not really that much lower. Maybe I haven't made these quite long enough. Okay, let's roll it down a bit again. So the first 2, add a bit there. And tie the first row of knots. And wherever you tie the first one, you want to do all of them at about the same length on each one. And number 4. Okay, let's try this again. So the first one, hold 1 back and one from the second, and we'll tie those together. And the next one over, and one from the next one. And where are we? Once again, at about the same length as what you did the last one. Okay, 1, 2. Okay, and a couple more over. And as I said, these knots don't have to be exactly perfectly aligned, but as close as possible. So now you've got sort of a weave pattern. So we're taking the last two, the one at the very end and the one at the very beginning, and we're tying those ones together. Now, the other thing you can do is take another piece of jute. Rather than tying this into a big knot, I think what we can do is tie a piece of jute to one of these. Sorry, to two of these. And you have somewhat of a knot there. Pull them all together, and I've got to drop the camera again. Okay, I have tied a knot on the bottom of this one, and just wrapped it round and round, and I've placed the small pot in here, and as you can see, it fits just fine. I'm going to go get a larger pot to show you that you can still put a larger one in. Okay, removing the small pot, and this one is at least double the size. And it fits just fine. Okay, so there we have that one. And the smaller one back here. Okay, actually I prefer the way the knot on this one hangs, so I may just adjust this one, take it out and redo that knot. Or I may just leave it quite fine. So here we go. You can make quite a number of these. As I said, I still have a fair bit of jute left over. I have more rings. Probably have one more there. I have another 3 in my cupboard, so I could get busy and make 6 of these in no time at all. And that could be one of my preps for the spring planting. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll catch you on the next one.